Good afternoon, student. Today we will go for exercise 7B class 8, rest of the sum. Previous class we have finished up to question number 16. Today we will continue with question number 17. Before I start, I will just say about a formula. We all know that speed equal to distance by time. Distance by time. So from 17 to 20, the sum will be based on this formula, speed equal to distance by time. I repeat again, from 17 to 20, each and every sum will be based on this formula, speed equal to distance by time. So we continue with question number 17. So question number 17, let me read the question first. What did they say? Two cars leave Delhi at the same time, traveling in opposite direction. Two cars leave Delhi at the same time, traveling in opposite direction. If the average speed of one car is 5 km per hour more than that of the other, and they are 425 km apart at the end of 5 hours. So at the end of 5 hours, they are how much kilometer apart? 425. What is the speed of each? So two cars, they are traveling in opposite direction. They are traveling in opposite. So one suppose this side and the other this side. Okay. So first you have to consider the speed. Speed of one car is 5 km per hour more than that of the other. So let me write. Let the speed of one car be x kilometer per hour. Okay, let the speed of one car be x kilometer per hour. Therefore the speed of other car equal to, it is 5 km per hour more, so x plus 5 in bracket, it is kilometer per hour. Okay, so this is the speed of two car. Now I will find the distance traveled by both the car. They have traveled for how much hour? 5 hours. Since it is given, they are 425 km apart at the end of 5 hours. At the end of 5 hours, they are how much kilometer apart? 425 km apart. So I will find the distance traveled by both the car in 5 hours. At the end of 5 hours, they have said, that means this much. How I will calculate how much distance they have covered in 5 hours. So I will write distance covered by first car in 5 hours. So here I will use this formula. If speed equal to distance by time, the distance equal to speed into time. So speed into time. So what is the speed? Speed is your x and your time is 5. So it is 5x kilometer. Okay. So this is the distance traveled by the first car in 5 hours. Then again I will find out distance traveled by second car. Distance traveled by second car in 5 hours equal to speed into time equal to, what was the speed of the second car? X plus 5 and time is your 5. If you multiply it, it will be 5x plus 25, you can put in bracket, it is kilometer. So let me repeat, the difference of speed between the two cars is what? One car speed is 5 km per hour more. So I have taken the speed of one car. You can, in place of 1, you can write here first car. And the speed of first car be this and the speed of second car. So first car speed you have taken x, the other one will be 5 km per hour more, the x plus 5. 425 km apart is the distance at the end of 5 hours. This is the distance between the two cars at the end of 5 hours. Okay, so I am finding out the distance traveled in 5 hours. So distance formula is speed into time. So 5x distance traveled with the second car, it is 5x plus 25. Take the screenshot. So this is the distance traveled. Okay. Now I will form the equation. I have said in the previous classes that whenever you consider x, you have to form an equation to find the value of x. So by question, so by question what you can write? 5x plus distance traveled by the first car, distance traveled by the second car. The total distance is how much? 425. Distance traveled by the first car plus distance traveled by the second car. So 5x plus 5x, it is 10x plus 25 equal to 425. Take 25 on the other side. 10x equal to 425 minus 25. So it is 10x equal to 400. So your x is 40. So 400 by 40. So it is 40. Got it? Let me check the answer. Question number 17. Okay. So you got the value of x. So x is the value of the speed of the first car. So last statement will be, therefore speed of the first car equal to 40 km per hour. Therefore speed of first car equal to 40 km per hour, and speed of second car, it is 40 plus 5 equal to 45 km per hour. Take the screenshot. Okay, take the screenshot of this. So this is the speed of the first car and the second car. Now 17 to 23, each and every sums are important. You can give star mark. Next is your question number 18. Question number 18, what did they say? Two automobiles start out at the same time for cities. Two automobiles start out at the same time from cities 595 km apart. If the speed of one is 8 by 9 of the speed of the other, so one car's speed is 8 by 9 of the speed of other, and if they meet in 7 hours, and they meet in 7 hours means they traveled for 7 hours. They meet in 7 hours means what? Both the car has traveled for 7 hours. What is the speed of each? You will proceed the same way you have done question number 17. You will use the formula speed equal to distance by time, that is distance equal to speed into time. Question number 18. Here let me consider the speed. So let the speed of first automobile, this first vehicle, the speed of first automobile be x kilometer per hour, and the speed of second automobile, the second vehicle, is, what did they say, 8 by 9. So 8 by 9 of the speed of the other means 8x by 9. It is kilometer per hour. So these are the speed of the first two automobiles. Here they have mentioned the two automobiles met in 7 hours and the distance is how much? 595. So distance here is 595. Since they met in 7 hours, it means they traveled for 7 hours. So let me find out the distance traveled by the first automobile in 7 hours and the distance traveled by the second automobile in 7 hours. So distance traveled by first automobile in 7 hours. Why you have taken 7 hours? Because they have traveled for 7 hours, equal to 7x speed into time, kilometer. Again, distance traveled by second automobile in 7 hours, equal to 8 by 9 into 7, so it is 56x by 9 kilometer. So take the screenshot. Okay, it is 56. You can download also the video in night, and then next day without any disturbance you can easily observe it. Okay, if you download it, then when you see the video you will not find any obstacle. Okay, there will be no disturbance, there will be no buffering and all. So you can download in night and next morning you can see the video without any disturbance. But you should note everything in your copy, and if any doubt is there, please ask in the comment section. And I have seen whatever video I upload for you people, there are very less views. Okay, please watch the videos. So I repeat again, let the speed of first automobile be x km per hour and the speed of second automobile it is 8 by 9x, because they have said 8 by 9 of the speed of the other. Both the car meet in 7 hours. Between the two cities the distance was 595. Okay, two automobiles start out at the same time from cities, 595 km. Two cities, okay, and the distance between them is 595. Just let me write here. Suppose this is the city A and this is the city B. This is the city A and this is the city B. Gap between them is how much? 595 km. 595 km. Okay, after 7 hours both the car has met each other. So I have considered the speed of the first automobile x, second also I have considered. They are meeting after 7 hours means what? Each of the car has traveled for 7 hours. So I will find out, since I know the speed and the time they traveled, I will find out distance. Distance equal to speed into time. So I have found the distance traveled by first automobile in 7 hours. Distance into distance I am finding out. So speed into time. Speed is x, x into time. Again distance traveled by second automobile in 7 hours. Speed into time, it is written. Okay. So this is the distance traveled by this, and this is the distance traveled by the first car. This is the distance traveled by first car, and this is the distance traveled by second car. So if I add up, okay, I will get the total distance. It is how much? 595. Distance traveled by first car plus distance traveled by second car will give the total distance, because one car has traveled this way and the other car has traveled this way. Okay. So you have taken x. Now I have to form an equation as usual. So by question, let me form the equation, because when you consider a variable, you have to form an equation. So here it is 7x plus 56x by 9 equal to how much? 595. To add up these two, I have to take LCM. So what will be my LCM? It will be 9. So 9 7 just 63x plus 56x equal to 595. So here 639 6511 x by 9 equal to 595. To get the value of x, solve is already taught in exercise 7a. I have to find the value of x. I have to cross multiply now. So 119x equal to 595 into 9. This implies x equal to 595 into 9 by 119. So what will be my answer? 595 into 9 divided by 119. I will get here 45. So this is the value of x. So speed of first automobile 45, and the second one also I will find out. So speed of first automobile equal to, it was x, so 45 kilometer per hour. Again, speed of second automobile, it is 8 by 9x, 8 by 9 into 45, 9 5 ja, so it is 40 kilometer per hour. So it is 40 kilometer per hour. Take the screenshot and note it. Note the sum. It is fast automobile. This one is 56x. So what we have done to do this sum, both this 17 and 18, we have considered the speed of the first car. Second car speed, what it will be, it is already mentioned in book. In question number 17 it was given 5 km per hour more. So I have written x. First was x, second one is x plus 5. They have traveled for 5 hours, so I have found out the distance. When I found out the distance, when I add up the distance, I got the total distance which is mentioned in the book, 425. Question number 18, first car speed I have taken as x, second one is 8 by 9, so 8 by 9 into x. So both the car speed we have done. Then we have find out distance traveled. So distance formula we know, speed into time. So speed we know for both of them. What is the time? Both the car has met in 7 hours. Both the car met in 7 hours. It means what? They traveled for 7 hours. So I have found out the distance traveled by each of them in 7 hours. So distance is found out. So when I add up the distance of both the car, I will get the total distance. Total distance was how much? 595. Hope it is clear. Question number 19. If we go for question number 19, you see 19, what did they say? 19, they have said a motorboat goes downstream in a river and covers the distance between two coastal towns in 5 hours. Okay, in 5 hours, the distance between two coastal towns it has covered. When the motorboat has traveled in downstream, it covered this distance upstream in 6 hours. So upstream the distance was covered in 6 hours, and downstream the distance was covered in 5 hours. Reason is what? Distance between the two coastal areas is same. But why the time is different? Because in downstream the speed will increase. In downstream the speed will increase, and in upstream the speed will decrease. If the speed of the stream is 2 km per hour, this is the speed of the stream. Find the speed of the boat in still water. So speed of the boat will change in downstream and upstream. Speed of the boat, stream speed is constant here, 2 km per hour. Speed of boat will change in downstream and upstream. In downstream it will be more, and in upstream it will be less. So let me first write question number 19. Let the speed of the boat be x kilometer per hour. This is the speed of the boat. This is the speed of the boat. Speed of the stream, how much given? Given speed of stream. This is the speed of stream equal to 2 km per hour. I will find out the speed of the boat in downstream and in upstream. I have said in downstream the speed will increase. So I am writing here resultant speed. Resultant means total speed. Resultant speed of boat downstream. So when it is downstream, the speed will increase. Speed of whom? Boat. So speed of the boat plus speed of the stream. You will add up. This type question you will get in class 10 also. Again, resultant speed of boat upstream. Upstream the speed will decrease. Whose speed will decrease? Boat. So boat speed was x, since it is decreased, minus 2. You have to keep it in mind, x will be before, because stream speed will not change. Speed of boat will change. That's why it is speed of the boat plus speed of the stream. In downstream and upstream to decrease, speed of the boat minus this. Okay? So what they have did, the boat has traveled between two coastal areas. Means distance is same here. Distance will not change. Suppose this is coastal area A and this is coastal area B. So suppose this is downstream, this is upstream. So I am just repeating here. Suppose downstream, upstream I am giving here down. So here suppose A and here it is B. So when it has traveled downstream, the boat time taken was how much? 5 hours. When it has traveled from B to A, time taken was 6 hours. In both cases, time was different because the speed of the boat will change in downstream and upstream. But distance here is same. A to B, whatever is the distance, from B to A also the distance is same. Distance will not change. Just the speed of the boat will change and the time also will change, because time depends on speed. If speed will be more, time will be less. If speed will be less, time will be more. Downstream speed was more, so time is less. Upstream speed was less, so time is more. Just what is constant here? Here distance is constant, because A to B, whatever is the distance, from B to A, the distance is same. So I will find out the distance traveled by distance traveled by the boat in this downstream as well as in upstream. So let me find out distance traveled by boat downstream. So I will find out distance. So when we speak of distance, distance is speed into time. So let me write the formula only. Speed into time. So what is the speed of the boat downstream? It is x plus 2, because downstream speed will increase. Okay, distance of the speed of the boat plus speed of the stream. And what was the time taken in downstream? It was 5 hours. You can see in the first line only. So this is the distance. It is kilometer. I am repeating the question from book. A motor boat goes downstream in a river and covers the distance between two coastal towns in 5 hours. So time is 5. Same way I will find out distance traveled. Take the screenshot. I will rub the upper part. Take the screenshot. Now I will find out distance traveled by boat upstream. Distance traveled by boat upstream. Distance traveled by boat upstream. So formula is same, speed into time. So what is the speed of the boat upstream? It is x minus 2. Okay, into time. How much time it has taken? 6 hours. 6 kilometers. Okay, I will rub this upper part now. So I have found out the distance. Distance traveled by the boat downstream is this, and distance traveled by the boat upstream is this. I have said distance is constant here. A to B, whatever is the distance, from B to A also distance is same. There will be no change in the distance, because the boat was running between two coastal areas. Suppose A is one coastal area and the B is the other coastal area. So A to B, whatever is the distance, from B to A also the distance is same. So this is the distance from A to B. Suppose from A to B this one. So we will form an equation, x plus 2 into 5. This distance and this distance is same. There will be no change in the distance because the boat was traveling between two coastal areas. Okay. So this is the distance from A to B. This is distance from B to A. There will be no change. So they are equal. They are equal. So you got. Now I'll solve this equation. Solve this equation. So x into 5, it is 5x. 5 into 2 is 10. Here it is 6x minus 12. Let me bring the x term in one side. Minus 12 minus 10. So it is minus x and here it is minus 22. So x is what? X is the speed of the boat. Therefore, speed of boat equal to 22 km per hour. Take the screenshot. 22 km per hour. Okay. Take it. Okay. Clear? Okay. So question number 20 pattern is same like question number 19. You do in the same way. Okay. Question number 20 is your homework. Question number 20 is your homework. Now I'll go for question number 21. So question number 21, what did they say? Question number 21, they have said, Ranjana's mother gave her rupees 245 for buying New Year cards. So this much amount was given to Ranjana to buy some New Year cards. If she got some 10 rupees card, she has purchased 2 by 3 as many 5 rupees card, 2 by 3 of whatever she has purchased for rupees for 10, she has purchased 5 rupees card, and 1 by 5 as many 15 rupees card. How many of each kind did she buy? So while doing the sum it will become clear. So you don't know how many 10 rupees cards she has purchased, 5 rupees cards she has purchased, and how many 15 rupees card she has purchased. Total money given to her was rupees 245. You don't know the quantity of 10 rupees card. Let the number of 10 rupees card, let the number of 10 rupees card be x. Suppose x card she has purchased of rupees 10. Since you don't know the quantity, you have taken it as x. And the number of 5 rupees card equal to what it is given here, 2 by 3. So whatever 10 rupees card, whatever is the quantity of 10 rupees card she has purchased, 5 rupees card was 2 by 3 of it, means 2 by 3 means 2x by 3. Okay, 2 by 3 of whatever she has purchased for 10 rupees card. I repeat again, Ranjana was given rupees 245 to purchase New Year card. They did not mention how many cards she has purchased for rupees 10. So for rupees 10 you have taken as x. But 5 rupees card they have given a hint. It is 2 by 3 of whatever she has purchased for rupees 10. So 10 rupees card was, number of 10 rupees card is x. So 5 rupees will be 2 by 3 of x. Same way you can find out and the number of rupees 15 card, okay, equal to what did they have given? 1 by 5. 1 by 5 means 1 by 5 of x. Clear? I repeat again. Number of 10 rupees card, how many? X. Number of 5 rupees card, it is 2/3 of this, 2 by 3 of x. Number of 15 rupees card, it is 1/5 of this. Total money was how much? 245. I have to form an equation now. So 10 rupees card, how many she has purchased? X. So total money is 10x. Suppose one pencil is 2 rupees, 3 pencil you have purchased. So 3 into 2. So one card is 10 rupees. How many cards she has purchased? X. So it is 10 into x, 10x. Plus 5 rupees card, how many she has purchased? 2 by 3. So it is 2x by 3 into 5. 15 rupees card, how many she has purchased? 1 by 5. So 1 by 5x means x by 5 into 15. Okay, I repeat it again here. So 10 rupees card x. So total money is how much? 10x. One card is 10 rupees. So x card will be 10x. One card is 2 by 3x. So one card is rupees 5. So 2 by 3x card is 2x by 3 into 5. 2x by 3 into 5. One card is 15 rupees. How many cards she has purchased? X by 5. So x by 5 into 15. So 1 by 5x means x by 5 into 15. Total money was how much? 245. So let me do one calculation here. 10x, it is 10x by 3, and here it is 3x you can write. If you cancel it, it is 3 because 5 3 is 15. 5 3 is 245. Take the screenshot. I will have the upper part. Take the screenshot of this. Okay. I repeat again. Ranjana was given rupees 245. She has purchased some card of rupees 10, some card of rupees 5, and some card of rupees 15. You don't know the quantity of any of them. Just they have given whatever is the quantity for 10 rupees card. 5 rupees card will be 2/3 of this one, and 15 rupees card will be 1/5 of this one. So I have considered, let the number of 10 rupees card be x. So 5 rupees card will be how much? Card will be how many? 2/3 of this. So 2 by 3 into x means 2x by 3. 15 rupees card is how many? 1/5 of this. So 1 by 5x. Total money was 245. This total money how I will get? Value into quantity. Value into quantity will give total value. So 10 into x, 10x total money. Value is 5. How many cards? 2 by 3x. This into this will give total money. So plus this. 15 rupees card, how many? 1 by 5x. So price into quantity will give total money. So when we add up all the price, it will be equal to 245 because she was given only rupees 245. Now I do calculation. So to simplify it, I have to take LCM. Here LCM will be 3. So it is 30x. It is 10x plus here nothing, so 3 3 ja 9x equal to 245. So what you will get here? 49x by 3 equal to 245. Have to find the value of x. To cross multiply it, 49x equal to 245 into 3. So x equal to 245 into 3 by 49. So if you calculate it, how much you get? 245 into 3 divided by 49, we will get 15. So x value 15. So what was your x? 10 rupees card you have taken as x. Therefore number of 10 rupees card equal to 15. Number of 5 rupees card, it was how much? 2 by 3x. So 2 by 3, your x is 15. So it is 3 5 ja, it is 10. then number of 15 rupees card. 15 rupees card, how many it was? It was 1/5. 1/5 into 15, so it will be 3. So this is the solution. Okay, take the screenshot. Okay, take a screenshot. So it is 3. Take the screenshot and then zoom it. Handwriting will be distinct. Okay, now question number 22. So if you go for question number 22, you see question number 22, what did they say? The enrollment in a school this year is 552. This many student has taken admission this year. This is an increase of 15% over last year enrollment. So last year enrollment, whatever was there, 15% increased. You don't know how many enrollments were there in last year. 15% it has increased and it became now 552. How many were enrolled last year? So let the number of enrollment be X. This is the last year enrollment. Now by question, so this is the last year enrollment. How much it has increased? 15%. So 15% is increased, means 15% of whatever was there in the last year. This is the enrollment last year. Let the number of enrollment be X. So previous year enrollment, it is increased. Increased means plus. How much increased? 15%. 15% of what? Whatever the quantity was in the previous year. 15% of X. And the total value became how much? 552. 552. So I have to solve it now. X plus 15% means 15 by 100 into X equal to 552. I will take LCM as 100. So it is 100x plus 15x equal to 552. So what you got? 115x by 100 equal to 552. Okay. So you can take the screenshot. I'll rub the upper part. Okay. Now same way you have to cross multiply it. This implies 115x equal to 552 into 100. This implies x equal to 552 into 100 by 115. So what will be my solution? 552 into 100 divided by 115. So it is 480. 480. So you can write here now, therefore number of enrollment, therefore number of enrollment last year equal to 480. Equal to 480. Okay, take the screenshot. So this is all about question number 22. I repeat again, they have said the enrollment in a school this year is 552. This is an increase of 15% over last year's enrollment. whatever was the enrollment last year, 15% is increased. How many were enrolled last year? So I have taken, let the number of enrollment last year be x. So it is x plus y plus, it is increased. How much increased? 15%. 15% of what? Whatever was the enrollment last year. So 15% of x will give you how much? 552. After that, regular calculation. Question number 23. This is the last sum of exercise 7b. So a fruit vendor buys some oranges at the rate of rupees 5 per orange. So some oranges he has purchased. Price of one orange is rupees 5. His cost price of one orange is 5. He also buys an equal number of bananas. Whatever the number of oranges he has purchased, same number of oranges bananas he has purchased. I repeat again. CP of one orange is rupees 5. Whatever quantity he has purchased, okay, whatever is the number of oranges he has purchased, same number of bananas he has purchased, and the price of banana is rupees 2 per banana. In oranges he made a profit of 20%, and in banana it is 15%. At the end of the day, all the fruit is sold and total profit was 390. Find the number of oranges purchased. I repeat again, whatever is the number of oranges purchased, same number of bananas he has purchased. Just a minute. Okay, so let me write here, let the number of oranges purchased be x. Let the number of oranges purchased be x. Therefore, number of bananas purchased also equal to how much? X. So whatever is the number of oranges, same number of bananas he has purchased. Okay, just a minute. So let the number of oranges purchased be x, therefore number of bananas purchased is x. CP of one orange is how much? Rupees 5. So you write CP of x oranges equal to rupees 5x. CP of x bananas equal to rupees 2x. Because one banana was rupees 2, so x banana is 2x. So you know the CP. I will find out SP because total profit is given. So I have to know the profit of each of them. So to know the profit, I have to know SP. So I will find out SP of x orange. SP of x orange. What is the formula of SP? 100. These formulas you got in lower class. 100 plus profit percent into CP by 100. So it is 100 plus. So what is the profit percent for orange? It is 20. 100 plus 20 into oranges CP is 5x and down it is 100. So you got here 120 into 5x by 100. So if you do calculation, 0 0 cancel, 5 2 ja, 2 6 ja, 2 6 ja, okay, 2 6 ja. So it is here 6x. It is here 6x. Okay, I repeat again, let the number of oranges purchased be x, therefore number of bananas purchased equal to x, because whatever is the quantity for oranges, same number of bananas he has purchased. CP of one oranges is given 5, so CP of x oranges is 5x. Same way, CP of one banana is rupees 2, therefore CP of x bananas is rupees 2x. I have to know the profit of oranges also, profit of bananas also, because total profit is given how much? 390. So to know the profit, I have to know the SP. So SP of X oranges, formula of SP is what? 100 plus profit percent into CP by 100. So it is 6x. Okay, take the screenshot. Okay, this is the SP of X orange and CP of X orange is 5x. So I can easily find out now profit of orange. So profit for oranges. So profit for oranges. So profit is SP minus CP. What is my SP? It is 6x minus oranges CP is 5x. So 6x minus 5x is rupees x. Wind is blowing, okay, that's why you may get disturbed. Now I'll find out SP of banana. SP of X banana. X banana, I will rub this part. So X banana, same formula I will use. 100 plus profit percent into CP by 100. So banana CP is 2x. So it is 100 plus banana profit is 15%. So it is 100 plus 15 into 2x by 100. Okay, I'll rub this part. So it is 115 into 2x by 100. If I cancel it, 2 5 are 10, 0. If you cancel it further, 10, 5 2 are 10, 3. So it is 23x by 10. So it is 2.3x. So this is the SP of banana. So profit for banana. Why you are finding out profit? Because total profit is given. So it is SP minus CP. Your SP is 2.3x and CP of banana is 2x. So it is 2x. So it is 0.3x. Take the screenshot. It is 2.3x. You will get a little bit disturbed because strong wind is blowing. So profit for orange is x and profit for banana is 0.3x. So now it is the time to form an equation. So by question, so banana to orange is equals x and for banana it is 0.3x. So profit of orange plus profit of banana will give total profit, and the total profit was 390. If you add up, it will be 1.3x equal to 390. So x equal to 390 by 1.3. If you remove the decimal, here it is 10, 13 3 ja, so it is 300. Okay, therefore number of oranges purchased equal to 300. Number of oranges purchased equal to 300. So take the screenshot. Take the screenshot of this. So it is 0.3. Take the screenshot. So this is the end of exercise 7b. You people please note all the sums in your copy. Next session I will go for chapter 10. By chance, if any problem has arisen in chapter 7, please pass your comment in the comment section. Okay? And practice thoroughly, because as soon as the school will open, you will be given half-yearly routine. School is also conducting your coaching, so don't waste your time. Put everything in your copy. See the video. Okay? Download the video at night, and in the morning hours you can easily watch the video. After watching the video, if you find any problem in any sum, Okay, discuss with me verbally or by sending a message in the comment section, and kindly subscribe the channel so that you get the update whatever I give. Okay, so for today, thank you, bye, stay home and keep learning.